Can Mr. Marlo really deny being called 007? He claims he's just flexible in his work, yet he handled sensitive vehicle and personal information for Zenzil EFF, visited Marlo's house multiple times, and even coordinated medication deliveries. Every answer seems to raise more questions. What was really going on behind these conversations? Watch closely as the tension unfolds, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more explosive updates.
Mabuza also called you 007. You remember that?
I remember.
Why do you seem so reluctant to admit that people call you 007?
I think it's because the way you painted the word or the name 007, as in a licensed killer, and you painted this name on a script, acting script that says 007, it's a license to kill person. So I don't want to distance I don't want to associate myself with a license to kill person, no.
But I think
it was on those bases.
You're right, I did mention that, but it was only after you showed some reluctance to admit that people call you 007. So your reluctance preceded my reference to license to kill. Who is 007?
I don't know, Commissioner. Who is 007?
You don't know that 007 is James Bond?
Can you repeat that?
You don't know that 007 is James Bond?
Yes, I know. It's James Bond.
And what is James Bond?
It's an actor.
Oh, it's not an actor. The character James Bond. What is that character's profession?
Hey, I don't know, because if I don't watch that movie, man.
You've never seen a James Bond movie?
I know. No, Commissioner. No.
You see, James Bond is an undercover agent of military intelligence in Britain with a license to kill. 00 means license to kill. And undercover agent is what James Bond is.
Okay.
So why would people call you 007?
Maybe it will... In my profile there, I've saved myself as 0 tolerance to crime. So now these people, they take this 0, add another 0, and say 007. This is what I'm saying.
And where does the 7 come in all of this?
Hey, you know, commissioners, some, they call me 10111, some, they call me 458. You will see the chart as it goes. So I would not control on how people call me, even though I don't object to that. As long as it's not insult to me, but 007 is not me.
You are also Night Rider.
Night Rider, that's correct, Commissioner Kumala. See.
Well, let me put to you that Zenzil EFF seems to have regarded you as his secret agent. What do you say to that?
No.
Well, let's look at your chats with him. Can we go down to 1178?
1178,
the next page.
Okay.
And 18 March 2023. At 2:49:14, Mr. Marlo as Zenzil EFF sends you 2 documents. And you'll find those documents on page 1219 and 1220. So can you go to 1219 and 1220? 219.
On the same file?
Same file.
Let me be sure. You said 112?
No, 1219.
Ms. Yes, if there's nothing to be redacted, can you please project it? The lettering is very small on here.
So 1219 is particulars of a vehicle. You see that?
That's correct.
And 1220, there may be a need to redact here because particulars of an individual, they may have been redacted already. 1220 is particulars of a person.
Yes.
It's got his cell number, his date of birth, full name and address. It says move or merge restricted, allowed to move or merge. It's got a home address. So after he sent you these two clips, Zenzil EFF says, go back to 1178. You there?
1178.
78.
Yes.
And at 2:49:35 in chat 5,
Yes.
he says to you, let's please get them intercepted and dealt with ASAP. And you see that?
That's correct.
So on what basis does Zenzil EFF give you instructions to intercept vehicles and people?
Okay. He did not necessarily maybe give me instructions. I think it was people, if I can recall better, it was suspicious people that were roaming around. It was suspicious people that were roaming around his area, or he suspected that they might have following him for quite some time. So he took note of that particular registration. Then he sent it to me.
Why would he send it to you?
Because of, that I'm flexible, and or to ask or seek help around the nearest police in that area where he was at that time.
He knows that you're flexible. What did you mean by that?
I'm flexible in my work. I'm flexible in responding to things of agency during my line of work, obviously. So I think he sent me on those bases.
So if I ever need urgent help from the SAPs, I should call you?
Definitely.
Let's look at other aspects of your chats with him.
You do that, Mr. Shaskelson. Sergeant, at which point would he have told you or explained to you that these people may be people that are following him? I mean, you look at the chats in 117. This is on the 17th of March. Then the chats at page 1178, they are on the 18th of March, and there is no telephone call in those exchanges on the 18th of March. So at which point, in fact, at 1177, the very last chat is you have called him and you say no answer, so right at the bottom. So we know from chat, in fact, all those chats at 1177, there is no telephone call between the two of you, at least not on this number, on the 17th. And then on the 18th, by the time he sends you those personal and motor vehicle details, there's still not been a telephone call between the two of you. So at which point would he have explained to you that these vehicles are following him?
It was Never a WhatsApp call, but it was a straight line, straight call.
When was that?
On the very same time.
On the 18th?
I can't just recall, but we spoke telephonically on the phone.
So he was saying these cars on that day are following him on the 18th.
He said it was a car, not cars, yes.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Chairperson.
So how would you have called him? Would you have used your cell phone or your SAP's phone?
I can't recall.
And where would you have called him? Would you have called him on his cell number or on a different number? Do you know any other numbers for him?
No, I only know this one.
Well, we aren't in a position to check that answer now, but we may be tomorrow, because we can see if there were calls between you and him on that day. Your evidence is that there would have been.
Yeah, no, because of you, I do usually talk to him a lot.
Have you visited Mr. Marlo at his home?
That's correct.
For what purpose?
He's my brother.
And you weren't sure of his surname?
That's correct. Maybe I can maybe elaborate on that. You know, we African males, I can call you my friend for a long time, not even knowing your name. In our nature, it's like that. Most, the one that I know. So, to me, the surname was not an issue as long as I call him my brother. That is how we address each other.
You see, Sergeant, I'd accept that if we were dealing with someone who doesn't have a high public profile. But Mr. Marlo does. So your evidence is still that despite the fact that Mr. Marlo, his face is all over the media, you didn't know his surname?
I wasn't sure, not knowing, I wasn't sure about his surname. So I was just avoiding to give.
So when you saw his face in the media, did you think that looks like Z, but it may not be?
I don't know.
Have you seen his face in the media?
Yes.
And did you recognize it as Z?
Yes.
But you didn't notice his surname at the time?
No.
I have to say that sounds extremely implausible to me.
It's to me, it's possible. You just check a face, I know this face, then you don't even bother to check what's below that. And
let's go back to why you visited him at his home. He was your brother. How often have you been to his home?
I can't remember.
1 time, 5 times, 10 times, 50 times? What are we talking about?
I'm just skeptical on saying how many times, because I'll be closing myself in. When I say 3 times or 10 times, you find that I went there 80 times. So
I just want to get a sense of it. Is his house a place you have visited often? Is it only on a very rare occasion? Give me an estimate. I'm not going to hold you to it.
I can't give you.
But many times.
Yes, average, yeah. I can say that, Commissioner. So.
I don't know myself what many times is.
Sergeant, when I'm not sure, I usually say between 10 and 20.
I'm afraid, Commissioners, that it will bite me that, hey, you said. So, I'm not sure, Commissioner.
Well, let me ask you about one time. Can we go to 1180? It's the 22nd of March 2023.
Yes.
And if we start at, let's actually start on the previous page, 1179. Chat 5, 22nd of March, 9:22 in the morning. He says, I'll call you shortly. Your response is agent. What do you mean by agent?
I can't recall. What did I meant?
Then he says...
Did you mean agent, perhaps?
Hey, that agent, I can't recall what that agent all about, commissioners.
Having regard to the rest of the chat, I think the chair's suggestion makes a lot of sense. Is it possible that you meant urgent and it was just misspelled agent? Is it possible? I put it no higher than that.
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's continue. 10:24, he says send. 10:57, you said got it. 10:57 over the page on 1180, you sent him a question mark. 10:59, he says nowhere, question mark. 11:03, you send another question mark. 11:06, he says 1 minute. That's 11:03. At 11:06. At 1:03, he says, "Can I call you later?" And by this stage, you're getting a bit irritated. You say, "You said 20 minutes an hour back." That's at 1:03. At 5:06, he says, "Can I call you later?" Did you have the sense he was trying to avoid you?
Can you repeat the sense of what?
Did you have a sense that he was trying to avoid you?
No. You know why? Because of he's always busy. Sometimes I'll pester him and he's always busy. So I would not say he was avoiding me.
Well, let's continue. He says, you say to him, when he says, "Can I call you later?" "On my way to your house." So he wants to call you later and you are saying, "I'm coming to your home."
Yes.
You see that?
Yes.
His response is, "Wait, Boetie," at 5:25. You say, "Aish." An hour later, he's saying, "Wait, Boetie," at 6:13. "Just awaiting delivery," he says at 6:13:37. "Did you speak to Ndlondlo?" Okay. Who is Ndlondlo?
It's Jotham Msibi.
So it's Mr. Msibi.
That's correct.
Ndlondlo spelled Ndlondlo.
So he's saying, just awaiting delivery. Did you speak to Mr. Msibi? Your response is, "I'm with him when I call you." So you were with Mr. Msibi as you were calling.
That's correct.
Mr. Marlo says he's awaiting delivery. What was he having delivered?
Okay. At that time, Mr. Msibi was suffering from arthritis, or, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, if I pronounce it correctly. So Z had ordered medication in Cape Town. So he promised Mr. Msibi that he would deliver. But I think according to him, due to unforeseen circumstances, then I had to collect.
Sorry, what was the condition for which this medication was necessary?
He could not eat. When he was eating, he was vomiting. So that is the reason I was pestering him.
So Z has sourced medication from Cape Town for Mr. Msibi's condition.
That's correct.
Is he a doctor?
No.
Is he a pharmacist?
No.
But he deals in medication.
Yes.
How did it come about that Z was offering to source medication for Mr. Msibi?
I would not know. Maybe he might have had a similar or known someone with a similar sickness to Mr. Msibi. Then that is when maybe he made calls so that they might find such medication in Cape Town. I don't know exactly what was the arrangement all about. All I knew, I was ready to collect such